Welcome into this season premiere of Football Frenzy. I'm Carl Jones. That handsome fellow over there is AJ Philman. We are thrilled to give you the best Section 5 coverage in town for another year.
Now, you know, Carl, the saying, save the best for last. The schedule makers here did not listen to that at all because we had some amazing matchups on the slate tonight.
And we start with the best rivalry in Section 5, McQuaid and Aquinas, a rematch of last year's sectional championship game. Aquinas looking to get revenge over McQuaid after going over in the series a season ago. Knights down 21-13. Right before half, Will DeMarco calls his own number and extends into zone 6. That score would make it a 1-point game. Then we jump to the third. Michael White is going to lob it up for his man, Gaetano Aruso, and tells the freshman to go play fetch. Aquinas makes it 27-20, but after a John Harding tug ties it up, Gavin Brownlee steps in front of that pass and says, "Thank you very much." He would take that all the way back to the goal line, and then 2 plays later, Harding is going to punch this in for the score. That gives McQuaid a 34-27 lead. So late fourth quarter now, 3rd and 25 for the Little Irish. The senior, White, rolls out, and he's going to throw up a prayer to Majay Giddens, who takes a licking, but somehow holds on. He ended up being okay, and it'll be all for naught because a few plays later on the drive on 4th down, White will find Tyler Latone short of the 1st down, and that will be your ball game. McQuaid gets to come from behind win, 34-27, your final.
An early strong candidate for game of the year here. Pittsford Panthers hosting Rush-Henrietta. We picked this one up in the 3rd. Royal Comets down 28-21. Jackson Coppers deep to Nasir Patton. Down at the 10. RH punches it in to tie it up, and we are tied at 28. 3rd quarter winding down now. 4th and 1. Nathan Rohde gets the yard and a whole lot more. 26 in fact. That makes it 35-28. After the Panthers force a fumble on the ensuing kickoff, they cash in. Caleb Lewis to Luke Fliss. 23 yards for the score. PAT no good. It's 41-28. But here come the Royal Comets. Evan Brock, to be specific. This dude was a beast all game long. Look at him. He's not done. Here is that. There's another one. There's another one. There's another. There's a touchdown. 41-35. He's going to flex for the camera. Same score. 1:10 left. 4th and goal for RH. They go to the bag of tricks. Tyler Bernaducci takes the end around, turns back to the QB. Coppers for the score. PAT good. They go up 1. But the Panthers still had time. Lewis pumping to Fliss. Panthers back in business. They are driving. What a catch. However, RH gets a sack, forces a long field goal from 42 yards out. Blocked. Nothing going on there at the end. Royal Comets win a thriller, 42-41.
AJ, I don't know if I can top that one, but a good crowd on hand for Hilton and Schrader. The Cadets' first game down in Class A, and they look good early on. Jeffrey Broadknox is going to walk this one in on the goal line. That puts the Cadets on top 14-6 in the 3rd, but the Warriors, they come storming back. Drew Pagano throws it out to Tyler Washington. The sophomore, he finds a sideline, turns on the Jets, and just leaves everyone in the dust. That's going to tie the game up at 14. And then later in the quarter, Hilton driving to secure the win, and the ball just goes flying over the quarterback's head. Dominic Macuso falls on it, giving the Warriors great field position, setting them up for the game-winning score. Schrader gets 15 in the 4th, and the comeback win, 21-14.
Over in Churchville for the Battle of Chili. St. San, the Spartans' first drive for Gates Chili. Jonathan Vance rolling out, connects with Joseph Garcia. He'll hit the end zone. Spartans go up 6-0. After Saints punt, first play back on 0, it's Vance. Once again, airing it out. Jeremy Tantalo. Spartans cooking it up early. They're up 13-0. But the Saints, they respond. Rivalry game, you know. Handoff to Ricardo Lagares. Shows the patience and waits for his hole and dives for the end zone. It's a 13-7 game. Same score. Churchville back on the move. They get a little tricky here. Tyler Mezendal gets the end around and unloads to Brock Osborne. Hauls it down. Saints get stopped on the drive, but a big second half gives them a monster 49-36 rivalry game win.
Nothing like those rivalry games. Headed to the city, Class A2 matchup between East and Brockport. First drive of the game for the Eagles, Amari Young. He's going to find the crease, and good luck stopping him. Young will hop on in from 20 yards out to put East on the board first. Then later in the quarter, Zymir Jackson is going to roll out and throw a dime to Anthony Diaz in the back corner. That gives the Eagles a 19-0 lead in the frame. Now, AJ, whenever they drop a high school video game, Amari Young's stiff arm needs to be 99 because that's just filthy. and you already know where he's headed after that. To the end zone, East will roll to a season-opening dub tonight, 54-8, your final.
Over out in Wayne, the Eagles hosting Batavia. We're late in the first quarter, no score. Javin McFound. Now, he was a receiver last year. He's at QB this year. You can see the athleticism making his way into the end zone. Blue Devils up 6-0. Second quarter now, showing off the arm. It's going to wind up here. Haul it deep down to Vincent Arroyo. Comes a little back to it. Makes the great catch. Drive stalls, but the defending Class B champs strong in this one. 27-7, your final over Wayne.
And Wilson hosting Irondequoit in an afternoon showdown to kick off the Section 5 season. Scoreless late in the first quarter. Eric Barr keeps it himself. Elamine Ortiz Price. Little dude, but he brings the hammer. Love to see that. Second quarter IQ in the red zone. Makai Christensen breaks away from a few would-be tacklers, finds the end zone. He had 2 in the first half. That made it 6-0. The next drive for the Eagles, knocking on the doorstep. Lamir Smith, he's going to win the race to the pylon. He had a pair of scores as well. IQ, they will go on to get the win in this one, 26-10.
We told you we had some good beats. We told you.
And you never lie, never lie.
Listen. Coming up after the break, the Orange open their season tomorrow night at the Dome against Louisville.
Plus, Serena looks to move forward in the final tournament of her career.
But first, here's some more Section 5 scores.
Also tonight, the Mets got a big win over the Nationals while the Yankees got shut out by the Rays. The lead in the AL East is now down to just 5 games.
We're getting a little nervous, Yankees fans? Well, that concludes our first night of Football Frenzy, and boy, was it a good one. We'll be back here right here tomorrow for another big slate of Section 5 games.
Plus, see if the Orange can start the season off strong as they get their first game in the JMA Wireless Dome.
Weird name. But until then, I'm AJ Feldman. He's Carl Jones. Normal names. We'll be here tomorrow. Have a good night.